Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here. And if you didn't have time to watch that anniversary broadcast on Tuesday, the live stream that Dead by Daylight put on for the 5th anniversary celebration, they put out a blog post that gives a condensed version of all the topics that were touched on in that live stream. So we're going to go ahead and read through this. Hopefully reading through it is going to be shorter than actually watching the live stream itself. So we have this blog post here on the official Dead by Daylight website, Anniversary Broadcast Roundup. Hello, people of the fog. Our anniversary broadcast took place on May 25th, and it was a blast. Not only did we take a fond look back at 5 years of Dead by Daylight, but we also pulled back the curtain on everything we have coming up for the next year, including key details of our Resident Evil chapter. Couldn't watch live? No problem. We've got you covered. Below, you'll find all the main beats of the broadcast broken down by segment. And if you'd rather just watch the broadcast in its entirety, you can also do that right here. And then they have a link to YouTube with the hour-plus long broadcast. 5 years of Dead by Daylight. Matt Cote, game director on Dead by Daylight since day one, takes a stroll down memory lane to revisit Dead by Daylight's unlikely journey to success. Since launch, Dead by Daylight has grown from having 3 killers and 4 survivors to 24 killers and 27 survivors and counting, while establishing itself as gaming's Horror Hall of Fame. Matt also takes the opportunity to thank Dead by Daylight's community, content creators, and team for making the game what it is, while standing firmly by his famous words, "I think we've done a pretty good job so far." The Resident Evil chapter. We're all fans of Resident Evil here at Dead by Daylight, and creative director Dave Richard is no different. Dave takes a moment to share a bit about what Resident Evil means to him personally, following a dive into the chapter details. Watch the CGI trailer here. I think pretty much everybody's seen the trailer by now, right? It's out there on the internet if you haven't seen it yet. The new map is going to be the Raccoon City Police Station. The team did an amazing job recreating the map from Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes and its iconic locations, all with a twist from the entity's realm, of course. People who have played Resident Evil 2 and 3 are just like amazed at how seamless the transition of that map seems to translate into DBD. So kudos to the team on that. The new survivors are Jill Valentine and Leon S. Kennedy. Both these classic characters will have perks that match their skills and personalities, with one of Leon's perks adding a new type of gameplay to Dead by Daylight. Under the right conditions, Leon will be able to spawn a unique item of flashbang inside the map. The new killer is the Nemesis. The Nemesis power is called T-Virus, which lets him use a tentacle attack to contaminate survivors while also making him stronger in the process. Vaccines. The only way for survivors to cure themselves from contamination is to inject themselves with a limited number of vaccines found in the supply cases around the map. So there's a different kind of a chest on the map that's identifiable visually, and if you are infected, you can see them, so it won't be a problem to find the vaccines. The trouble is that there's a limited number of them, so maybe you don't want to vaccinate too early. Zombies. For the first time in Dead by Daylight, the killer will be accompanied by AI zombies that will spawn on the map and look to bite, contaminate, and damage survivors. So I believe Nemesis starts with 2 zombies, and they'll try and attack the survivors, and if they bite them, they will give them the virus. If they already have infection from the virus, then the zombies can start to actually do damage and injure the survivors. And they don't have any heartbeat, so you have to really be aware of your surroundings. I've seen a lot of people come around corners and zombies there and boom, down them. So it's tricky and fun too. Dave also announced that the public test build would open at the end of the broadcast. That means you could try out Resident Evil chapter ahead of its official launch on June 15th. Save the date. So the chapter's coming out June 15th. You can play the PTB this weekend. It's probably closing on Monday. If you're on PC, you can try that beta and all the new content for free, but Steam players only. The Year 6 roadmap. Building on the Resident Evil announcement, Dead by Daylight producer Aurelie Garral and product manager Justin Banks have a chat about the team's focus for Year 6 of the game. I apologize if I mispronounced anybody's name there. New chapters. Year 6 will include a total of 4 new killers, 5 new survivors, and 2 new maps. Really? We're only going to get 2 maps this year? Is that for real? So after this upcoming chapter, remember year 6 kicks off with the Resident Evil chapter, which 2 of the 5 survivors are included there. So that means that we're going to have 2 chapters that don't have maps. That's surprising me. I thought that we would get maps from now on. That's really quite a surprise. So I've seen people say, oh, this means we're going to get another chapter with 2 survivors because it says 5. No, the Resident Evil chapter is included as the first chapter of year 6. So when it says 5 new survivors, Jill and Leon count as 2 of those. So the other 3 chapters for the year are only going to have 1 survivor. The Archives. Fan can look forward to 4 new tomes that will continue to expand the lore of Dead by Daylight. Events. The team's main focus will be on the major anniversary and the Halloween events, with 2 smaller winter and lunar events also taking place. And to help narrow the developmental focus of Dead by Daylight, each year the team decides on a series of pillars that shape and define our projects. The 4 pillars for year 6 are: first steps into the fog. From the tutorial to first matches, matchmaking incentives, combating in-game toxicity, and localized news, Dead by Daylight is focused on creating a top-tier first experience for anyone new to the franchise. So the tutorial has been updated. You can play Killer and Survivor with bots for your first introduction in the game, and that's already in the PTB. I tested that the other day. It was actually pretty fun. Matchmaking incentives is a incentive to get you to play the role that they need more people to play. So for example, if queue times are really long for Survivor, then there would be an incentive for you to switch and play Killer. They didn't say exactly what it is, but let's say they say, oh, if you play Killer right now, we'll give you double blood points to try and even out the queue time. So we'll see how that works. Let's see. Game health. There will be a major focus on game stabilization, optimization, and gameplay fixes, while also improving our own internal processes and technology. In the Realm Beyond, we'll be continuing the huge project of visually overhauling our maps, characters, and animations to present the best looking, most immersive version of Dead by Daylight possible. So the maps that remain to be to have the initial graphic pass-through would be both of the swamp maps, both of the Red Forest maps, and Haddonfield. And then after that, then we go back into like what I consider the 2.0 maps. With Leary's has already been done, so they might tweak that one and add some breakable walls. Hawkins perhaps would get a pass through. I feel like Dead Dog is already a 2.0 map, so for sure we need to be looking at swamp forest maps in Haddonfield. And after that, I don't know what they would have in mind, but it's from reading this that they only have 2 new maps coming in year 6. It sounds like they're going to do a pass through on some more of the existing maps. Live design, tweaking, improving, and redesigning some of our core gameplay mechanics to keep things fresh and exciting for all our players. That's interesting. Okay, so there's the pillars: first steps in the fog, game health, Realm Beyond, and live design. The Realm Beyond update. Dead by Daylight's art director Phil Ivanovich and lead level artist Stephanie Helen talk through why this was the perfect time for a graphical rework, showcasing some of the amazing work done to date and discussing what's still to come. The goal: updating everything from maps and animations to character models and lighting to present the most atmospheric, immersive Dead by Daylight fans have ever seen. I have heard that they're working on ray tracing technology in the game, so that'll be interesting to see how that changes. The challenges. Dead by Daylight is a live game that's 5 years old. The way the game was built then isn't the way it's built now. We're going back and rethinking our tools, processes, and pipelines to empower our artists in ways we couldn't before. Terrain. An interesting new element of this rework is allowing us to explore doing more with the terrain in Dead by Daylight. There's a possibility of creating areas that are less flat and more varied, opening up gameplay possibilities for both the killers and the survivors as they navigate the map. Now, this could be a big indicator of why we may only be getting 2 maps in year 6, because they're going to go through and do a secondary pass through with this terrain idea. Textures and animation. We're updating textures to bring older characters close to where we are today on chapter releases. This will add more emotion and allow fans to better connect with their favorite characters. That's pretty cool. Lobbies. It's one of the first things a player sees when entering the game, and we're putting some care into ensuring the experience here draws you in immediately. I would love to see the ability to choose your lobby, but I don't know that that will ever happen. Or at least your lobby music, anyway. Live design. Design director Matt S. breaks down some of the team's goals for redesigning elements of core gameplay in Dead by Daylight, including killer updates, new perks, and an update to the Memento Mori system. Killer updates. Moving forward, the team is hoping to review, update, and release balanced patches for every new killer within the next 2 to 3 major updates after they go live, on top of any hotfix adjustments made along the way. New perk type. Unlike Hex Totem perks and Obsession perks, we're working on a new type of perk that's just for survivors. Boon Totem perks will offer new types of interactions for survivors standing next to dull totems in a trial. More details to come. So they have this graphic of the Boon Totem, so this is going to be a helpful totem rather than a hindrance like the hexes. So perhaps the survivor is going to have to take an amount of time to set the Boon Totem. I don't know if it's just going to start on the map as a Boon Totem, or if they're going to have to like create the fire to get whatever this helpful Boon Totem will be. And then that raises the question of, are killers going to be required to go around looking for this thing and busting it? Because I really feel like killers have a lot to do already. So I don't know that they're going to want to do that. And will they just be able to see it on their HUD? Or are they going to have to go looking for it the way the survivors have to go looking for hexes? This is going to be a very interesting new gameplay mechanic. I'm very interested to see how this is going to work. I really doubt that this is going to put a lot of pressure on a killer to get rid of. I certainly hope not, because as I said, I feel like they have enough to do already. But this is very intriguing. Now, this also raises a question. What if the killer is running an all hex build and all the totems are already taken by hexes? How do you get a Boon Totem in? Do you have to like break a hex and then reassemble the totem as a Boon Totem? Maybe you have to dismantle the dull and then reassemble it as a boon anyway, just to get it in the first place. But I really like this idea, and I'm very curious to see what the boons would be, how they're going to work. Hopefully we won't, maybe we'll see this in the not the Resident Evil chapter, but the chapter after that. I'm very curious to see this new mechanic. It sounds cool. And the Memento Mori update. We're also revisiting Moris and discussing a new approach where triggering them is no longer based on the killer playing an offering, but rather earning them through gameplay during a trial. This would provide an interesting game mechanic with new objectives and strategic decision making, as well as an opportunity for survivors to either engage with the system or not. This is still in the very early stages and will likely go through several changes before release, so that doesn't sound like it's close then. But that's interesting. And right now, every killer main out there who's hearing me say this is like, well, I guess I better play all my Mori offerings now. It's gonna be rough. All right, and then this is something that I've been asked a lot of times since the anniversary stream. I want to know when the anniversary celebration is coming. So, 5th anniversary celebrations. And since our anniversary wouldn't be complete without some fun community activations and an amazing in-game event, lead community manager, not Queen, and product manager Justin Banks closed things out with the details. Social media. All in-game events and community activations will be updated and run through our social channels, so be sure to follow us if you want to take part. Tips and tricks. Resident Evil is bringing a lot of new players into the fog, and so we'll be posting tons of tips and tricks on our social channels. If you're a DBD veteran, step up, join in, and share some pointers with those who are just starting out. Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see how many Resident Evil fans come to Dead by Daylight and grow our community just because they're fans of Resident Evil, and they will dive in and fall in love with this game that we all love. I'd really love to see the numbers boost for sure. Call out to artists. Have you got the skills? Reach out on social. We're hiring to design a new community line for our merch store. Yeah, this was something that Not Queen touched on, that if you have artist skills, They would love to see you design merchandise for the in real life shop.deadbydaylight.com, and obviously you're going to get paid for it. So if you have the ability, reach out, show them what you got. You might see your design on a t-shirt in the shop. Community stories. Use the hashtag DBD community to share your stories with us on social media. Now, this was things that they touched on about, like people who found their spouse through playing Dead by Daylight and had children, things like that. You know, personal stories of how Dead by Daylight enriched your life in some way. That's what they're looking for with that hashtag. Love to hear from all of you on that. Pride Month. We'll be hosting a Pride celebration called Into the Rainbow. In-game, we'll have a new Pride charm. This Into the Rainbow is so cool. And I have a video up how to get the charm. You just type in Pride in the redeem store. It's really easy, and the code never expires. It's an optional charm. You can get it whenever you want just by typing in Pride in the redeem store. Okay, so this is the 5th anniversary limited time event. It's going to run from July 1st until the 15th. So Resident Evil Chapter comes out June 15th. The anniversary event will be July 1st to the 15th. Our 5th anniversary event takes place July 1st to 15th and will be one of our biggest of the events of the year, so don't miss out. The anniversary crowns are coming back. Crown pedestals will spawn within the trials. Interact with them and escape or finish the trial to earn an anniversary crown for any original character. Bill, you cannot get a crown. I'm sorry. So it looks like they've added some elements to the center of these crowns. So if you already have the outer crown, I guess that's what you'll keep. But if you get the crown again, then you'll get these center pieces. So basically, you go and grab one of these and escape with it, and then you have the crown. For killers, you just have to go grab it, and then that's it. You're done. So that was a cool event. I'm glad they're bringing it back. Community challenges. We're giving away exclusive outfits and charms that players can unlock by reaching community goals for Crown Collection, which will be announced on our social channels. Very cool. And this is a 5th anniversary charm here with the candles. That's very cute. Special items. As a survivor, you can find special toolboxes, medkits, and flashlights in the blood web that toss confetti when used. So the toolboxes and medkits we had last year. No, sorry. The medkits and the flashlights we had last year. The toolbox is a new one that they're going to add this year with that same black and gold. Iridescent shard giveaway. This is very interesting. Over the first week of the event, we'll be giving away enough iridescent shards to each player just for logging in to unlock one full original character. So again, original character means something that isn't licensed, owned by another corporation. So Elodie is a yes, Ghostface is a no. Felix is a yes. The pig is a no, like that. So it has to be original characters created by Dead by Daylight. But normally they cost you 9,000 iridescent shards. So they're going to give, they said, even if you miss a day or two, I believe, you will get enough so that you'll have that 9K to buy yourself a character. If you already have all the characters, you'll be able to... Oh, it says here that they're going to redo the Shrine of Secrets every day, and then you can put those shards in for extra blood points. So for the duration of the event, the Shrine of Secrets will shuffle every day, and the cost of every perk will be 500 shards less than normal. So you can use those shards to cash in for blood points, and it'll be cheaper, or you can just save your shards for a cosmetic in the future. And last but not least, we're also giving away 2 incredible custom Dead by Daylight consoles, one for PS5 and one for Xbox Series S. Entry details will be posted shortly on our social channels, so keep an eye out for more info coming soon. Those look pretty amazing. They showed these being 3D printed and painted on stream. Very neat. And that's a wrap. Thanks for being part of the Dead by Daylight community, and here's to an amazing year ahead. Oh shit, we're getting Funko Pops. See you in the fog, the Dead by Daylight team. Yeah, I blew out my voice. I'm still a little hoarse when Matt said the Funko Pops are coming for Dead by Daylight. And can't wait for that. I think they're probably towards the holiday season. I hope we see them sooner than that. But I think they're probably going to come out December-ish. But whew, at least we're getting them. I've been waiting over 2 years. And trying to encourage Funko to take the dive and give Dead by Daylight a chance. So I'm glad we're here, and I hope that the community will support them so we can get several waves of Dead by Daylight Funko Pops and everybody can get their favorite character. All right. Oh, wait. One thing, let's see here. On the community. Yes. Okay, I want to touch on this again. Community challenges. We're giving away exclusive outfits and charms that players can unlock by reaching community goals. So this is something that they did in the year 1 anniversary, and it was a lot of fun. Let me find the article that talked about how that worked on the first anniversary, so you know what to expect in case you weren't playing on the first anniversary back in 2017, how this is probably going to work, and it's really great. Hang on. Okay, so this was the first anniversary event. This is where the Escape Cake, Survivor Puddings, and Bloody Party streamers first originated. And then they had all these community events where we all combined our efforts to earn stuff. So these were the daily challenges. So for example here, on day 1 was break stuff. So all of the killers in the game combined had to kick 1,000,000 generators or break 1,000,000 pallets combined. They had to break stuff 1,000,000 times, and the survivors had to throw down 1,000,000 pallets, and we had like 24 hours to do it. So they also gave us these little graphs to show us like how close we were to achieving these goals. It was a lot of fun. Day 2, killers had to start 1.5 million chases, and survivors had to end or break 1,000,000 chases. Day 3 was get a grip. Killers had to catch 25,000 survivors, and survivors had to unhook 250,000 fellow survivors. All of these were achieved, by the way. Killers had to use their power 500,000 times. Survivors had to add objects to the map. They needed to bring a map into the game and read it 250,000 times. And then survival of the fittest. The killers had to sacrifice 250,000 survivors, and survivors had to escape 250,000 times. Obviously, all of these numbers are going to go way up because the player base has increased tremendously since then. But if it's these style of daily events, it's still going to be a lot of fun, even if the numbers are bloated. And so then if we had done all 5 of the challenges through the week, on day 6, the thing we were given was a new map for the Macmillan Estate. So that was our bonus that we earned by completing all the daily challenges. So on day 1, these were the cosmetics that everybody got because we completed it. And then we had day 2, day 3, etc., etc. So this is what we were trying to get every day by completing these challenges. It was a lot of fun. And then I guess they were just unlocked for everybody forever since we had completed those. So this event was a lot of fun. It was a great style, and I'm glad to see that they're going to bring this back. Man, could we get, if we do them all, could we get a bonus map? Could we get a bonus map? Trickster map. Neon Soul, South Korea. That'd be pretty amazing. Maybe that's asking too much, but we can dream, can't we? All right, so just to give you an idea what the community style event will be for the first week, this was the format they did in year 1, so probably going to be something like this again. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. That's your roundup on that anniversary stream. I don't know how short that was. Maybe it was just as easy to watch the actual stream, but here we are. Thanks for watching, as always. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell like a wraith so you don't miss the next video. Don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.